Hey, I'm Mark,
And I'm Chris.
and we're the leftovers.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
I did not agree to that.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Mark.
How's it going?
It's going good.
It's an awesome time of the year.
Except for now, this is our second time.
No. This is one time. First take. That's how we do it in the palatial studios of The Leftovers. I'm Mark.
And I'm Chris.
Hey, you know what we're going to do, Chris? We're going to tell them, don't share this podcast. Whatever you do, don't share it.
You're the only one going to say that because I want people to share this.
It's reverse osmosis, Chris.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you, but it's reverse psychology.
Exactly. Christmas time. Woo! It's Christmas time, Chris.
Where are you, Christmas?
He's singing, people. Watch him.
I'm
trying to talk over him. What?
Why would you talk over my singing? My singing is great.
Yes, it is. Just trying to help you.
No, you're trying to cover it up.
I'm trying to help you out.
Quit being
man.
mean to me.
This is for all your family. I'm just helping you. Christmas time of year.
Christmas time is here.
Do you have a number one Christmas song? Like the one song. You could hear it through the Christmas season. That would be your jam. There's some I can think of I don't want to hear again until next Christmas.
I'm not into like all these serious Christmas songs.
I like
to laugh.
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. That's one of my
I like to
favorites.
listen to people doing parodies of Christmas songs.
You
or
would.
They come up with other stupid Christmas songs.
Well,
that
I
are
like
funny.
the originals, you know.
You would, you old fogey.
I know
You
one
were
I
probably
can't
around when they
stand.
were all written.
Him's a funny man.
I'm hilarious,
You are.
which is why you have me on the podcast.
I am. That's why we hired you. That's why
Wait.
the firm hired you.
Am I just an intern?
No, you're
Is
getting paid.
I
You're
am.
getting paid just as much as I am. Right? Our checks are equal. You know they are.
Wait, you get a check?
You know, yeah. They don't have anything on it. It's an empty
Oh.
check. They just told me to put whatever I wanted to on it.
Who's they?
They, you know, them. An annual festival, Chris, commemorating Jesus' birth. That's the definition we get on Google for Christmas.
Which should be the Christian version of that.
That is the Christian version,
You said it was from Google.
right?
I don't think Google's Christian.
An annual festival commemorating Jesus' birth.
Festival
Festival. Festival.
of Christi birth.
The first time Jesus' birth was associated to December 25th was around the 4th century, according to Roman history. Early celebrations of Christmas was thought to come from Roman and European festivals that would mark the end of harvest and the winter solstice.
So
Some
kind of
ce-
like Halloween being in the fall solstice.
Some celebrations from early celebrations have carried on to this very day, such as decorating your homes with greenery, gift giving, singing songs, your favorite, and eating special foods.
That's good.
Although I think you kind of know what I think for some reason. You're reading my mind today.
Has nothing to do with the fact that this is the second time we've done this.
But eating special foods at Christmas in our world is just about like eating special foods at Thanksgiving. Usually the same foods ish.
But I mean, if you've had the foods once,
Ambrosia. You ever had ambrosia? Do you know what that is?
I have no idea what that is.
Ambrosia. Look that up on your phone while I talk.
You just want me to
Ambrosia.
not talk while you talk.
Well, this is worth it, and the people listening know what I'm talking about. What is that? Ambrosia. Don't ask me how to spell it.
Fruit salad.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That's what it says. An American variety of fruit salad originating in the South.
Ambrosia?
Mm-hmm.
You knew how to spell it?
No, Google did for me.
Well, how did you know what we're looking? That's not what I associate with ambrosia. That's okay though.
It's a fruit salad.
I don't think that's what it is. I
With
know that's what that
mushrooms.
says. I get it.
I mean, I don't like fruit salad either, but
Fruit salad. Fruit salad.
fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
Fruit cake. What is that jelly stuff in fruit cake? The little candied looking things. You know what I'm talking about?
Candied fruit.
They're red and green, kind of like hardened Jello. What is that stuff? That doesn't make it a fruit cake. That makes it a jelly cake.
Yeah.
That stuff never goes bad. It's just on the shelves.
It doesn't go bad because it is bad.
They put that stuff out from last year, this year, the next year, and so on and so forth.
Many varied combinations of dried fruits and nuts.
Yeah.
Sometimes topped with icing.
Jellies, jelly beans, fruit cake, special foods. Christmas, Chris. Facts about
A
Christmas
106-year-old fruitcake discovered in 2017.
is still edible today.
Yes.
Oh my goodness!
By an Antarctic Heritage Trust was described as excellent condition and edible. Ugh.
That does not sound like something I'd want.
Absolutely not.
12 days of Christmas
My true love gave to me.
refers to 12 days between December 25th and January 6th. Do you know why that's important?
I actually don't. I'm wondering.
Epiphany.
Epiphany?
Mhm.
What's epiphany?
I'm glad you asked, Chris. What is Epiphany?
The song was Breakfast at Epiphany's, wasn't it?
Close.
Then I said, what about breakfast at Epiphany's?
I'm just going to let you sing. I'm not talking over you.
That's all I got.
Oh, that's good. Many Christians do not understand the significance of Epiphany
That is correct.
because we don't know what it is. But meaning the appearance of Jesus to the world. Epiphany, the appearance of Jesus to the Magi and the wise men and the world.
Yeah,
Epiphany.
the definition of that has changed because everybody talks about, I had the epiphany of something or other.
I know.
It's like,
I know.
well.
Hey, I've been guilty of that.
Yeah.
I had no idea this was the origin.
Well, now you know the origin, so,
And I'm very glad I did.
so now you can't say it.
I can. I'd still be wrong, but
Correct. You would be wrong. At least you admit it
It
finally.
has happened a couple of times. We'll get back to Epiphany in a minute. The word Xmas, Xmas, or Xmas, if you're French.
Moss.
Ma, if you're French.
Moss.
Xmas. In Greek, the X, again, I feel like we've done this before.
Let me guess. It's the first letter of Christ's name in the Greek.
Ding, 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 ding. You win, Chris.
It's almost like I've heard you say it before.
Christos, or Xpiotoc, or that's what the letters look like to me in the Greek. So the first letter in the word Christ in the Greek is X. So it isn't people just being lazy. It's an actual link to Christ's name in the Greek.
I understand that, but I still believe most people these days use it to be lazy.
Possibly. That still doesn't lose the meaning of it. I think it enhances it. Look at me. I know Greek-ish words, at least what they start with.
Well, if people don't know what that means and they still use it, I mean, does it really mean
What if
that?
you put a C in MAS? Does that mean
That could mean a lot of things.
Sema.
Oh, heavens.
German word Chris Kindle turned into Chris
Kringle.
Kringle, not Kingle like I've got wrote right here, like Pringle.
You would think after you saw it the first time you would have corrected it.
Although I do like Pringles
Pringles are good.
in the red can with the lightly salted. My favorites.
You don't like original?
They're too salty for me. It seems like I can really taste the salt, and I'm not a salt connoisseur. Although you should know that.
Yeah, especially since you almost
over-salting chips at the Mexican restaurant.
I didn't put,
you
but
did.
like 2 shakes.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
One grain is too much. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer,
had a very shiny nose, and
did not become the number 9 reindeer until 1939. Montgomery Ward created him. You know Montgomery Ward, Chris?
I don't.
Department store.
Dillard's?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Speaking of Rudolph,
The Red-Nosed Reindeer.
that horror film that they put out in 1964.
It is not a horror
That
film.
horror film
It
they
is
put
an
out.
uplifting family movie.
That horror film they put out in 1964, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, for
Is
a
it a
child.
It's a horror movie where Rudolph sticks his nose in some liquid uranium and turns it red, and then it's just a big ball of pus that's red. And
Uranium.
why do I talk? Continue with your
when
story.
I was a child, and I'm young, I still remember this. I know they say when you get older, your memory's the second thing to go.
Your memory's going.
My hair let loose, and then it's my memory. So I remember watching Rudolph and all of my cousins being there, my grandparents, mom and dad, and brother, and remembering Rudolph was not allowed to play in the games, and all the other deer were playing in the games, and they're like, "You go over there, you go over there, you can't play here."
They never let.
Hey, here he
Rudolph
goes. He just has to
join
rub it
any
in.
reindeer
You know why?
games.
You know, well, I ain't gonna say. But
You just want to be mean to me.
I'm trying not to. So if you have a horrid experience like that when you was a child, and there was some crying going on, I was sad, empathetic person that I am. I felt terrible for Rudolph, and people would tell me, adults would tell me, "What if you just wait a little while? He gets to lead the sleigh and everything. He's the guy. Got the light on the nose." I'm like, look at the crap he's got to go through. It's not worth it. I'm not making it to the end. Sob, sob. I'm not getting to the end to see that part. I'm going to feel sorry for the beginning of it, and I'm not watching it.
That was just last week.
I'm not watching that mess. So I know you grow up, you learn to watch it with your children like I did, and they enjoyed it. And one of them had to buy every action figure that there was. And then when you reenacted it in the room with them, when they wanted to play Rudolph with the little things, you had to say exactly what they said on the movie, or you wasn't playing right.
And then you had one little tear coming down
That's
your
like,
face.
I'm not playing that. That's terrible. That horror film, Rudolph. It's German anyway.
You don't know if it's German.
That's a German name, Rudolph. Everybody knows that. Dolph. I mean, come on. It's German.
Just because he has Adolf name
Yeah.
doesn't mean
Adolf name.
it's German.
You didn't even mean to say that, did you? Yeah.
You have too many
Romans
notes.
14:5. One person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. Any idea why I bring this scripture up, Chris?
I'm pretty sure you have a reason. I just never know what your reason is.
Do you need me to reread it, or did you get it the first time?
Reread it for me.
Romans 14:5. One person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. Any ideas there, Chris?
People should think of every day as the same and not one special than the other, more special than the other.
Well, that's not what the scripture said.
Or they should fully believe in what they're espousing.
Here's my notes.
All right, what's your notes?
You need to know what you, quote unquote, know. If Christmas is special to you because the celebration of Jesus, make it so in your heart. If Christmas is special to you because you will get stuff, make your heart as such. Meaning, if you're celebrating Jesus this Christmas, if you're celebrating the fact that Jesus is Savior, Jesus is Lord,
Jesus is God.
make that your heart this Christmas and every Christmas, but specifically
And every day.
We're talking about Christmas. But if this Christmas holiday is about getting stuff,
It should be about getting stuff.
that's your heart.
It shouldn't.
Accept your heart. Now, at the end of life, that stuff's going to do you absolutely no good.
Not a zilch.
But Jesus will. A lot of people ask this time of year, and people who aren't Christians will ask Christians, well, Jesus' birthday wasn't December 25th. Everybody knows that.
It was in the summer.
I don't know it wasn't December 25th.
Well,
I have no idea. Could have been.
We don't have.
Could have been October 14th.
It could have been. It's the day that the church decided to celebrate it. And more than likely they did it to take away a pagan holiday and turn it into something Christian.
Winter solstice.
That's pagans would celebrate that.
If you went to an orphanage, you and your wife, and you didn't have children, I know you don't want to add on top of what you have, but let's just say y'all didn't have children, and you were unable to perform. And so you go to an orphanage.
Where did that come from?
And you decide, we're going to get a child from the orphanage. They need a home. We have a home available. Let's get a child.
It's not a dog kennel.
Well, that's what orphanage are for. Getting children. Right?
Yeah, just...
Okay. Anyway, y'all walk in and say, okay, we want that one. Let's get the paperwork up. Here's the money. How all that works. Now you've got a child. You love him. You honor him. You give him what you can.
Take care of him.
And he has no idea when he was born. Nor do you, because you weren't there, because you couldn't perform. So he needs a birthday, right? Right? Would you agree that he needs to be celebrated one day a year? I mean, it's one day out of 365.
Not because I can't perform, no. But yes, he deserves a day.
So you give him a birthday.
Okay.
The 27th of May is his birthday. Because unlike his dad,
that's a terrible day to have a birthday. Why not July 5th?
So you give him a birthday and you celebrate his day.
Okay.
You show him love and honor on that. You show him every day. But this is to say, hey, this is your special day. This is the day you come into this world. So that's what we do with Jesus. If December 25th was the day of his birth, that's wonderful. If it wasn't, it doesn't change what we do. We celebrate him at least this day. This was the day we commemorate the birth of Jesus. And so for those that get all wound up about the day, I mean, we should think about Jesus every day.
Well, here's my thing, though.
What is your thing, Chris?
Shouldn't coming together at the beginning of the week, at the first of the week, be that day?
To commemorate, honor, and love?
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. But this specifically, the day was shown to the world.
I get that.
Mm-hmm. It's a special time. But
just,
yes, the beginning of the week is special in what it is, yes. But as far as the day he was
born.
revealed. Well, which revealed apparently was around January the 6th from this
No,
little
it
bit
was
of a
12 days from the
study
day
I've
of his birth.
seen. Right, January 6th. Some people, I know a few years ago, I don't know if it's still going on, they get all wound up about Christmas and holiday. You know what I'm saying? You've seen this?
Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday
Happy
debate.
Holiday. Ooh, can't say that. Got to say Merry Christmas.
Okay, so I've listened. I've listened to debate. I've listened to people debate about it, and we've become so polarized in our culture of
Polarized, Chris?
picked one way. I mean, you're either all the way over here at it should be Merry Christmas all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Or you're over on the other side where it's we can't offend anybody except for the people that say Merry Christmas, so we have to say Happy Holidays.
Now, why does that? Let's go back to what you just said.
Okay.
How does Happy Holidays offend the Merry Christmas people? I don't see that it should offend them at all. They should feel grateful. Happy Holiday origin is Holy Day.
Okay, I have no problem with it. If you want to say Happy Holidays, go for it. Want to say Merry Christmas, go for it.
I actually after this study, I actually like the idea of holidays.
Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays.
Hey, there you go. You joined in. No, but the real reason that the Happy Holidays thing started these days, not from where it began, but the reason it's a thing now is because people are so offended, but you can't offend. It's
You can't offend the unoffendable.
no, it's kind of like I hate doing this because
Just do it. Just rip the bandage off, Chris.
okay, it's kind of like the critical race theory crap you hear about where
Yeah, I hate for you to do it too.
yeah,
But go ahead.
everybody can be discriminatory towards white people, but white people are the only people that can be racist because white people are the only ones that have quote unquote the power to where
I've got the power.
and I had that in quotations.
Sorry.
And
Did I supposed to do that too?
no.
Okay.
But with the Christmas and Happy Holidays thing is
Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays. People use it as we don't want to offend the people that celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa.
Well,
or
yeah,
anything.
and that's why holiday to me makes a lot of sense. We as Christians should be wanting we should want to include everyone. I say, hey guys, happy holiday. I don't want to offend you by saying Merry Christmas. Happy
Okay.
Holidays would include you as well. Not that
Okay.
I'm gonna have Kwanzaa or
And
Hanukkah.
as I have said myself, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I celebrate Christmas. You can tell me I have a happy holiday.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people out there that say it to get on the nerves of the people that
the
celebrate.
only Merry Christmas crowd. That's the
Yeah.
ones that get on the nerves of.
And
So
they-
it's the extreme and the extreme getting upset with one.
But I see it from the way I've seen it and the way I hear and I've heard about it in debates is majority of people these days that say the happy holidays on purpose like that is to be offensive towards Christians who celebrate Christmas
It's
because
actually a compliment, though.
that's the way you want it to change, but
No, it is. It's a holy day. That's the origin of the word.
we've been over this before. Just because that's
Have
the
we now?
origin, just because it's the origin of the word, is not the way it is used today. It is used today more as there are plenty of people, and when I say plenty, I mean
4,075.
no, not that many, or
Two.
more than that many.
60 million.
The majority of people that say Happy Holidays are not doing it out of spite or anything. They're just They're saying it to be nice, but there are the amounts of people that will use
Merry
it as
holiday. How about that? Happy Christmas.
I get my daughter to say that to my mother-in-law.
I like it.
She hates it.
I like it.
I like it. I love
Greatest Christmas memory to this point in your life. Maybe it's a gift you weren't expecting. Maybe it was a trip to somewhere you weren't expecting. Maybe family members showed up. Maybe it was your child's very first Christmas. What was your favorite to date Christmas memory?
I'm going to say it was last Christmas.
Last Christmas.
Having my last child being born.
Most recent child.
And he's going to be the last.
May not. Maybe you go to the orphanage since you can't perform.
No. What?
Happy holidays. Greatest.
Only my wife is supposed to know whether I can perform or not, so I'm not answering that with.
Last Christmas was your greatest memory because of your son. It was his very first Christmas. No?
Yeah.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yeah.
Is he one already?
Yeah. He was one on his birthday that I'm not putting out here on the podcast.
That'd be his second Christmas.
Last year.
Okay. Yeah.
His second.
You should know when your child's first Christmas was. But I'm going to imagine that the daughter had a great time with him having his first Christmas. Hey, brother, this is how we do it. This is how we open gifts in this house.
She was sharing her presents with him.
I love it.
She is, she is like a second mama to that boy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It gets hard though when she wants to tell him what to do, and we have to be like, "You're not his mama. You can't tell him."
She will always do that.
True. True that.
I have a Christmas memory, and I'm guessing on this one. I've seen pictures. It was prior to, I think, starting school. It was around 1976-ish. 77.
If you
maybe.
don't remember it, how is it a memory?
I'm just throwing. I've seen pictures. I'm in them, so I guess they're real. So in these pictures, and it was really.
Are they moving pictures?
What? Moving pictures?
Movies. That's what they used to be called. Moving pictures.
In these pictures, me and my brother had received a color TV set. For Christmas. And so there was other things around us that we got, but this was the main prize right here, right? And behind the TV was a piece of cardboard that was handwritten from Santa, right? Right? Mm-hmm. From the parents.
Yes.
In crayon on cardboard. That I'm guessing the TV come in, right? So they opened it, staged up the living room, with the toys and everything. There's the TV, and there's me and my brother looking at it. It's like, I don't know that I could read or not. But anyway, you can look back at these pictures, and it was awesome. I can sort of remember that going on, the excitement, and wow, a TV. It was a big deal then. I mean, it's not such a big deal now for a television, but at that time, it was a big deal. So I look to Christmases that we've had in the past, myself, and I'm sure you look to the past. I don't look in the rearview mirror a whole lot, but when I do, I remember Christmases with my brother, and I lost my brother 23, almost 24 years ago, but I had wrote down some notes here. If you had to revisit a Christmas, what would that look like? Would you have been 6? Would it have been last year? If you could revisit a Christmas for whatever reason, maybe there was good potato salad, and you want to go back and get another spoon of that. What Christmas maybe you had a grandmother, maybe there was someone there that's not around now, and you would have liked to maybe sit with them a little longer. Maybe whatever reason. I had wrote down the last Christmas I spent with my brother, which would have been Christmas 1999. That would be where I would return to. And I would just sit right there for a minute.
Mine would have to be Christmas '09. So last year I had all of my grandparents. That would
Christmas '09. The
Christmas
first Christmas
09.
I was here. At the palatial studios of The Leftovers.
But we weren't the leftovers then.
We weren't. And this wasn't so palatial in '09, mind you.
Mind you, yeah.
It was not like this. We've come a long way.
We have come a long way from where we were before.
Special foods at Christmas. One of my favorite topics. Special foods at Christmas, Chris. Give me one.
I have to say my favorite Christmas food
Mm-hmm.
is...
Anything.
I'm a big ham. My grandmother made, before she got sick and ill, well, even before that, before she would just sit in her chair all day, she would make this ham. And, I mean, it's still some of the best ham that I can think of to this day. It's usually thicker cut ham. Because usually you get the thin sliced ham. But she made the thick stuff. And she would cook it for low and slow for hours. She said she would put honey on it, but I never tasted the sweetness of the honey. But that and some mashed potatoes. Ooh.
Maybe a piece of bread.
Well, when I was younger, I really wasn't into the bread. And unless we were at certain places like
Fazoli's.
no, it was before Fazoli's. Like do you remember Ryan's?
Mm-hmm. Of course I do.
They had those rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Cut open one of them rolls.
Shut your mouth.
There was some time that we would bring them back to the house, and she would have ham, and I'd take a piece of that ham, mashed potatoes, and be like a sandwich. Good.
Logan's rolls.
Not as good as Ryan's, but they were still good.
You could eat those things by the
I'm
half
still
a
mad.
dozen.
I'm still mad at Logan's. You can't throw the peanut shells on the floor no more.
Yeah.
Half the time they don't even give you peanuts.
Lawsuits,
But I mean, it was that way for decades.
Hey, all good things have to come to an end, right?
No.
Question. Could we or should we separate what we have going on right now in 2023? And by what, you're asking? One day we have going on is how large of a gift can I give? And then we have remember our Savior. We're trying to combine those into one day right now. What if we had totally separate days?
I mean, that's the way it should be. It should be one day for one day. Well, in my honest opinion, every Sunday should be the day that we celebrate Christ coming and also Christ giving his life for us.
Yes, we should, but to a special day like we do Christmas.
But why
entering.
can't Sunday be that special day?
It can, but to have a day to make it super special, if you will. It's like really commemorating, really examining,
What is something different that we should do on that day that we don't do?
I think just do a little more of it, or a lot more of it. Make it really, I don't really have the words.
So instead of spending 45 minutes to an hour in a pew, we should
4 hours,
8
all day.
hours all day,
like
a work day in a pew.
I'd be all for that.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that would be like that.
Interchangeable preachers. One gets tired, put another one up there. Hey, let's just shut up and sit here for an hour.
A revival.
Let's just sit here and just worship. Let's just sit here and pray. Let's just sit here and wonder what the Lord has in store for us next, or what we can do for him, not what he can do for us. How can we tell people of the goodness of Jesus more? How can we give more? How can we show more? That's what we need to be studying on.
But Here's my question though: doesn't it also say that our works to God are like dirty cloths?
They are. But what's the opposite of all that?
Clean.
Nothing. Doing
Clean cloths.
nothing. Giving gifts is fun, but it's not celebrating Jesus. We give from our treasures, not from our needs or dependence on our Lord. Imagine praying for 3 months, Chris. 3 months you're praying, asking the Lord, what can I do to help someone needy? Imagine that, 3 months. What is 3 months reversed from December 25th?
Day of the year.
September 25th.
All right, September 25th.
So on September 25th, you start praying. God, what do you want me to do for December 25th? I want to give to needy somehow, whatever that looks like. Whether it's out of my pocket or out of my help, out of maybe I drive someone to work that doesn't have a car. Probably wouldn't have a job if they didn't have a car, but we're just saying. Praying for something for 3 months. You get your answer. And like I say, maybe it's cooking a meal for a needy family. Maybe a gift for them. Maybe it's cash. Maybe you give your time. But it's all done in a purpose, on purpose. And that purpose you receive from your Lord. Now that sounds special to me. Imagine that. Imagine that. Instead of, let's get them an Amazon card at the dollar store. Goodbye.
That means putting, that's a lot now is, oh, I'm supposed to get you a gift. I'll give you a gift card.
I gotta get a gift.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this
Now,
card that you can only spend at one place.
Now, I don't mind those. I actually like them.
Because you get to choose.
Yeah, I get to choose the present.
But the point of giving the gift is that you're not thinking of yourself, at least for that short amount of time. You're thinking of that other person or persons of, okay, it's not what I want, but this is what this person would like to get. Or this is what this person enjoys, and so I want to give him this gift to see the joy on his face of just unwrapping it and seeing it, and seeing it being built, played with, used, however. I mean, it's the gift giving is supposed to be selfless.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
But I think we've gotten to the point of no longer. A lot of people, it's come to the point of no longer, oh, I actually have to think of what this person likes or what this person enjoys. I'm just going to give him a gift card to, I know he likes this building in general, this company in general, but I don't know exactly what he would want. So
I know he likes money.
Yeah, so I'm just going to give him this card and he can go spend it at this place, unless it's like one of those debit cards you can, just spend it anywhere. I don't care. I'm not going to think about what you want or like. I'm just going to throw money on this card and you have this much money to spend somewhere.
I personally think that giving someone money or card is okay. I think, this is just me, maybe a lot of people don't think like I do, and that's okay. Would rather have it that way. We talked about that earlier. But I think it's the time you spend with people at Christmas. To me, it's more important. The gifts to me are secondary. And they're fun to give people gifts. And, if you do know them well enough, you know their likes and dislikes, and you know what to get them.
Yep.
But when it starts getting a little separated and maybe you don't spend as much time with family as you once did, it's okay to give a gift card or some cash or something. Say, hey, go get you something after the crowds die down, or maybe you shop on Amazon, and that's all good. But I think it's when you spend the time with people and enjoy their company, and that, to me, is real Christmas. It's enjoyable time.
Well,
And you agree.
I do agree. Well, I think we're going to choose this point to be the ending of our Christmas
We're going to
episode.
say this. If you want to text Christmas to 615-330-3644,
Mark might get you a Christmas present.
he just might. Or you can get Mark one.
I wouldn't mind one.
You one put me in it. I was
Sure.
going to say both of us. But hey, if you want to single me out, okay, send it to me.
All right, I will send it to you.
The word Christmas, and if you can't spell that, just spell Christ.
Christ Moss.
Just leave the
Christ
MAS
More
off
Moss.
of it.
Spanish.
Text the word Christmas. Give us some ideas on future podcasts, and we'll use them to the best of our ability. And I mean that. And we do appreciate you listening. What do you got to say, Chris?
If you would, please share this with friends, family, enemies, random people on the street,
In-laws and outlaws.
in-laws and outlaws. It would be greatly appreciated. We would love to have more people listening to our views on things.
And we got our first one.
I wonder who it could be.
Hey, guys, enjoy this Christmas. Enjoy the people around you.
Enjoy your family. Enjoy the. I
Yes.
mean, even if they're not family, enjoy the.
Enjoy the
Enjoy
people
it.
around you. Yes. Love them. Love folks.
You never know how long you have with somebody.
It may just be 24 hours.
It may not even be that.
It may not be that.
But thank you for listening.
Yep. Thank you for listening.
We'll try to do this again another time.
We will. We will. Goodbye.
Bye.